Good afternoon everyone. We are back with a CLA Mercedes, so it's the CLA 250, a 117 variant. And what this vehicle is in for is that warning there, so auxiliary battery malfunction. Now, newer Mercedes vehicles run two batteries. We've got an auxiliary battery and obviously standard start battery. What we've got going on here is, and I'll pull up this fault report, we're not worried about the radar faults or anything at the minute, but we are worried about these faults here. So in the ESP module, we've got a CO73300, which is component G1V7, additional battery is faulty, current installed. So that fault is setting our light off. The next fault that is current is this one here in the SAM module. Additional battery has a malfunction. The limit value for resistance has been exceeded. So that's basically saying that the resistance of this secondary battery is too high or too low. And obviously setting a fault for that. The last one that we have is this one. So in the front SAM module, we've got a B21059A, which is the capacity of the starter battery is too low. Now, always on these Mercedes vehicles, we always test the start battery at the same time as the auxiliary battery. So our auxiliary battery is down there. We're going to get the cover off up there, and we're going to test that battery and see what voltage we're at there. We're also going to test our start battery, and we're going to see what we need, whether we need a new battery, whether we need a new converter for that battery, whether we need a new start battery as well. Now, onto a little article, something that is really handy with this. I come across this article a while ago. Actually, we'll just grab that fault report and get over to the computer. Now, there's a really good article based around these faults because there is a few common issues with these. So first up, our most common faults for failed converters are the B21DC01 fault, because it does happen, these converters do fail. Obviously we don't have that fault set, so we're not worried about a failed converter at this stage. We are going to check the charge rate of the battery, and I'm going to go through some live data in the front SAM module to show that. This article also has all our part numbers for converters and for batteries, superseded numbers, etc. So it's a really handy article. Obviously you can see, obviously don't diagnose off this, but we've got most popular fault codes for a faulty converter, and most popular fault codes for faulty batteries as well. So we're going to go from there. We're going to start testing the auxiliary battery and the main battery. All right, starting with our standard 12 volts, so our starter battery. As you can see, we've tested this with a good quality battery tester at the spec rating, which is an 800 AEN. This is an AGM battery, so it's tested under AGM, and it has tested at 20%. So this battery has failed, and it will need to be replaced. Now we're going to get on to testing our auxiliary battery under there as well. All right, back in the Merc, multimeter's hooked up. As you can see, across the auxiliary battery, car's running, we're at 14.9 volts. The battery, there's no bloody light on this amp clamp. Battery's got 2.3 amps going into it. So yeah, at this stage, that battery's failed. The internal resistance of it will be too far off, and the front SAM modules crack on the wobblies with it. So this is going to need a few batteries. If I scroll down to our where's the front SAM module? Where are we? SAM, electric seat adjustment. Hang on, I'll find the SAM module here, and we'll go from there. Alright, so I've just gone through all the live data in the SAM module. All the live data matches our battery voltages, so we know that the vehicle can charge, and all the converter for the second battery is fine, the alternator's charging the front battery fine. As you can see, you know, this is all our additional battery faults in the SAM module, so resistance exceeded, voltage, and then the capacity of the start battery. So the cool thing about the top down is we can just go data stream, and it'll automatically pull up all our data in this module, so that's really handy. The other thing that does come in handy too is the code search function. So if you're hooked up to the internet, we can do a Google code search, and it basically just says the additional battery has a malfunction. It'll give you all your code descriptions, you can watch YouTube videos, all that sort of stuff. You know, if you want to read forums, be careful of them, but if you want to read forums, all that stuff, there's our code description on the NHSTA website. Eccentric testing tips, etc. So yeah, happy days. This is going to get new batteries quoted now If you're in Australia, I have used the Swaya batteries. They're an OE equivalent, so that the ones you can buy through Swaya, I can't remember the brand, I think it's Bosch. They seem to work fine. I haven't had an issue. So if you're gonna go aftermarket, make sure you get it from a good Euro supplier. Alternatively, the best way of doing it obviously is just always Mercedes genuine, because you're not going to have an issue, you're not going to have a resistance issue, and you're not going to be warranting batteries in 6 months. But yeah, we're going to price up some new batteries for this car, and it'll be all sorted.